This thing has got more features than what my Lexus has right now. That's a nice bike. Oh, radar's working, that's awesome. I did not know he was there until that. In today's video, we're going to be testing the Carpuride's 7-inch touchscreen display. Let's get into it. So what is a Carpuride touchscreen unit and how does it work? It can be used for sat-nav, to control your music whilst you're riding, take phone calls, quite a lot of different things. It connects to your phone via Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and it's kind of like the screen that you'll see in a lot of modern cars now, with all the apps being displayed on your touchscreen inside the car. But you can use this on motorbikes, mopeds, scooters, quad bikes, basically anything with a 12-volt battery. This is the Carpuride's 702RS Pro, so this is their flagship device. And this is the one that comes with radar detection. So we'll talk a little bit more about that once we get it all installed. And we'll also discuss what some of the other models cover, because some other models do things that this one doesn't do and vice versa. Packaging is really nice. It shows you a lot of the different things that it can do, that it has built in. With this device, one of the first things to note is that it's not a standalone sat-nav. It connects to your phone in order to use the Google Maps or Waze on your phone through this device. That means that as long as your maps are up to date on your phone, everything will always be accurate on this sat-nav. Packaging is quite nice. The first thing that I noticed with this device, it comes with this guard around the top of the screen, which is supposed to try and help block the sun from reflecting on the screen so you can actually see what you're looking at. Okay, so it's come with everything pre-connected, but we can obviously disconnect these. Now, one of the first things you'll see is that it connects to your battery with a fuse for the positive wire and an earth cable. There should be another connector right here. If you have a USB-A plug on your bike, you can just plug it straight into that for power, because I know that some people are worried that if they have this connected to their battery, even when it's off, it might drain the battery. As long as you were to disconnect it right here and leave this connected to your battery, I don't think it would drain any power from your battery. I don't think that's something you'd have to worry about. The reason I like this method is because if, like me, you've got multiple bikes, you can swap it over to different bikes quite easily without having to reconnect this and rerun this back to the battery every single time. Right here, we've got steering controls, which means this mounts to your handlebars and it allows you to control the device from here without having to use the touchscreen. Obviously it is touchscreen, so that's great, but it means you can keep your hands on the handlebars, which is a little bit safer, and you can just operate through these buttons to take phone calls, go back to the home screen, and I'm guessing cycle through the menus. This is the universal kit. It's made to go on any bike. However, some of the kits that they've got, instead of saying RS, it will be BS, for example, which is the BMW specific models. So some of these kits actually integrate perfectly with certain BMW bikes, and I believe some of the BMW bikes have like a wonder wheel to already scroll through their own menus. This can use that wheel that's already built into a BMW bike. They also do kits for Harleys as well. I'm not sure if they do any other bikes, but like I say, they've got the universal kits like this one, which can go on anything, absolutely anything, and we're going to be putting it onto a 17-year-old scooter. This is going to be a serious bit of kit for such an old bike. This is what gives you the radar detection. So how this works, this will be going right at the back somewhere here, and what it does is detect any traffic around you from the sides or rear, and we'll get notifications here, like a little glowing symbol there or there, to say that there's a car to my left, car to my right, or a car getting close behind me. So safety wise, that's a fantastic feature. It just makes it a little bit safe when you're on the roads. Obviously you should always be doing your lifesavers and looking over your shoulders anyway. It's nice to have that extra little bit of support to tell you if there is anything creeping up at the sides or behind you. Comes with a spare fuse, and then you've got a whole bunch of different mounting related pieces. I don't think it says it on the box, but I think it was something along the lines of 12mm handlebars all the way up to 28mm, and I believe my handlebars are 22mm, so we'll have a look in here and see what adapters we've got to make it suitable for my specific handlebars. And of course, like any good device, it comes with instructions if you need them. Right here on the back, they've taped up these little keys. So as you can see on my handlebars, there's not a great deal of space, but maybe we could mount it here. First things first is this piece. We've got a nice little design that allows them to just slot inside. So we'll push that piece in there, push this piece into the other side. We'll test this and see how it fits. Oh yeah, that seems perfect. And then when we start to bolt that down, that should be super tight. we've got the screen mounted right there. It looks real nice, not in the way of my existing gauge cluster that we've already got here. So let's go ahead and see how the key works now that the device is mounted to the handlebars. We just stick it in like this, twist it round, and then push. And as long as you're holding the screen, it won't fall, but that's awesome, I like that. So we'll go ahead and take the key back out, and we should be able to just latch that in. Great. We're going to need to find somewhere to mount this, so that's probably where we'll mount it, right there on the grip. Let's get it turned on and see what it's like when it starts up. And then turn the bike on. And I've wired this to Ignition Live, so I just turn it on. It's on. Oh, look at that, no way! They put my logo on there. Oh, that's awesome! That is so cool. So you can have your logo put onto these, and I didn't know that they'd done it for me. That's amazing. I was going to try and do it myself. It's got my logo on the boot up. That's so cool. I'm really impressed with that. Thank you, Carpuride, for taking care of that for me. We're on, and this is the screen that we're greeted with. So we need to connect the phone. Let's go ahead and check the settings. We've got a Bluetooth button right there. Let's try that. Now, one of the things that this device has is the ability to update over the air. So you can update this as long as you're connected to the Wi-Fi, which is good. So we can get the Wi-Fi there when we need to. Bluetooth. There it is, Carpuride, passcode key, yep, pair, and I think that's it, we're done, we're connected. That was really easy. I believe my phone has Android Auto. Do I know how it works? No, I do not, I've never used it. Looks like it's, when safe, check your phone to start Android Auto, so it's just doing it on its own, that's really cool. Continue. Oh wow, and straight away it's showing where I am, that's pretty cool, don't look at that. So now we're straight into Spotify, that's pretty cool, I can literally play my music from here. If you're somebody that rides with earphones in, or you have a Cardo system, I don't have a Cardo, but you can play your music through there, you can take phone calls with this thing, and it's all voice controlled or touchscreen, or you can use the handheld controls to speak to people. I think there's a two-way Bluetooth system, so multiple riders can listen to music from this one device, which is pretty cool as long as you're close to each other, or maybe you're riding with a passenger. Having this device and being able to use Waze means that we can keep an eye out on traffic alerts, locations of where police officers might be, speed cameras, that kind of thing. This is a great device to have on any vehicle really. Definitely looking forward to trying Waze, trying out Google Maps. Now with this bike, if you've seen any of my videos recently, you'll know that we've just done a full engine rebuild on this, and what better way to break in that new engine than to set up a nice long destination with a display that shows you everywhere you need to go, super easy, plan your route, and just relax and enjoy the journey. So now let's go ahead and connect up the radar detection system for the back of the bike and the handheld control. Okay, and that is the device fully installed. Here is the little radar sensor, and we've just ran the wire up into the plastics and tucked it all the way underneath. With the actual power for the device, I'm not running it off the USB because this USB port only gives 4.5 volts, which isn't enough to power the device. So we are running it off the battery, which means I can always just press the button on the side and power it up, so it's always ready to go. Now, like I say, if you are worried it's going to drain your battery, just disconnect that cable right there, but that is everything all wired in. Handheld controls, the radar is now wired in, and the power supply, and we just have it mounted to the handlebars right there. We can obviously adjust this if we need to, but it's super intuitive, it seems really easy to use, and it's connecting to my phone automatically as you just saw then. It's going into Android Auto, but if you want to get back to the menu of the actual device itself so that you're not in your phone, because right now this is my mobile phone, click exit, and now we're in the actual device itself. With this, you've got a barometer, so it tells you the altitude of the air pressure where you're at, as well as which direction you're heading on a compass, so that's pretty cool. Let's take the bike out and give it a test and see how it is. Right, let's ride. Yeah, there is an accident reported ahead, that's cool. So it told me in the earphones and it's told me on Waze. Oh, there we go, radar detection started working. Just picked up, there was a car next to me then. Oh, that is bad. There we go, we're laughing. And there we go. Let's say we want to play some music. I wonder if we can do it from the handheld bit. Let's try this. Okay, that's the home button. I can make a phone call. We just want Spotify. And let's try playing some music and see if it works. So it's pretty cool. With that massive accident back there, I got a notification on my device saying there's been a crash ahead, and I heard it in my earphone as well, which is good. So let's try playing some music. Yep, I can hear that. How do I turn the volume up, I wonder? Let's press the off button on the side. Media mic, so we turn media up. Yep, that works. And then if we want to go back to Waze, we can just click on there. And we can see where we're going. Not only do you get sat-nav navigation, which is connected to your phone, so all the maps are always up to date. If you're worried about what if I lose internet, you can save maps on your phone so that when you're offline, you've got every single road and location saved on your phone, which will work then through this. So you don't have to worry about losing internet with this thing and then not having your maps. Now, of course, we can take phone calls, so let's give that a try. I'll press the call button right here. And then if I want to ring Lewis, let's try that. Alright, well, the phone call works anyway, so thanks for that, and I'll let you go. Okay, so that works, and you can also end the phone call on this button. I think you just have to give it a short press. There was a bit of an issue with the connection. It doesn't help that my bike's super loud. The recipient on the other end of the phone had trouble hearing me, but if we look back earlier in the video, when I press the side of the device, it comes up with these different audio settings, and one of them is mic sensitivity, so if I just turn that up, they probably would have heard me a lot better. Oh, speed camera reported ahead is what it's just told me in the earpiece, but as you can see them all right there. Another feature that the Carpuride has is that on this specific model, I'm not sure if it's on all the models, but it senses the light around you and it can adjust the brightness based off of how light or how dark it is outside, which is pretty cool. Bumpy. And it's holding up really well to all the bumps as well, so that's good. My camera is not holding up as well. We need to tighten that up. And you may be wondering, what about if it rains? Well, it's rated IP67 waterproof, so you don't have to worry about any rain whatsoever. I've seen videos of them submerging this in a bucket of water and it still works just fine. How you doing? What's that?
You're not broken down, right?
No, I'm not broken down. I'm just doing a video on a sat-nav display. Cheers. See you later, mate. That's a nice bike. In terms of actually installing the device, it's super easy to install. Like, it's just 3 wires that plug in. Everything's plug and play. You don't have to do any real wiring. You're just routing the wires under your own existing plastics. Right now we're going northwest, and it's even got angle. That's the inclinometer right there, and this will be the pressure of the atmosphere of where we are. So that's pretty cool. It's awesome that it has these different settings. Oh wow, look at that. What a nice view. Let's get back to the map so we can see what's going on and where we are. Back into Android Auto. It's super easy to use, and I believe this has voice controls. I'm yet to figure out how they work, but we should definitely look into that and see if we can get the voice controls working. With this device, we've got the radar detection. Now, some of the other kits that you can get have TPS systems, so Tyre Pressure Monitoring Systems, and it will tell you on screen what your tyre pressures are on your bike. They also have another kit that's got a front and rear facing camera, so you can, I think, actually record onto the device your rides. I suppose it's like a dash cam for the front and back. If you've got the rear facing camera, I think you'll be able to see it on the screen behind you, what's happening. Kind of like having camera and mirror system inside a car where the rear view mirror is actually a camera. I suppose you could do it with this. Let's put some music on for the ride home, why not? Great, that's awesome, I love that. That is such a great feature. This thing has got more features than what my Lexus has right now. Let's slow down a bit and see if it picks him up. Yeah, there he is, awesome! So the radar detection does work. That's great. Oh, radar's working, that's awesome. I did not know he was there until that. And then to turn the device off, you've just got a button on the side which you can hold down. And just turn the device off. Now, if you wanted to, you could take this cable out and disconnect it. Super easy. All you've got to do is just untwist it, and now it's no longer getting power. Now, if we look in here, we have the keys. Stick the key in, twist, push, and the device comes off. So you can keep it safe and put it wherever you want to that's out of sight. If you're going to be removing the device from the handlebars and storing it away somewhere else, I don't see any reason why you'd have to disconnect any of these cables. You should be able to just leave them connected at all times and just worry about disconnecting or reconnecting the device itself. I don't think you're going to lose any battery power leaving this connected up. Maybe you're unsure on what size device you're going to need. This is the 7-inch screen, which we've got right here in a cardboard cutout. The other options that you have are 6.3 inches, a little bit smaller, and 5 inches. So you can see right there the 3 different sizes and how they compare on my handlebars. I'd recommend going with the 7-inch. It seems like a really nice size screen for any bike. This is on a scooter, which is quite small. On a bigger bike, a 7-inch is probably going to be just fine. So guys, if you're interested in picking up one of these devices, this specific kit with the radar system is currently retailing for $429. However, if you click on the link in the description, I'll leave it in the comments below, it'll take you to the website through my affiliate link, and if you use the code 2slow2stroke, you'll get an additional 30% off, saving you a massive $130, keeping more money in your pocket where it belongs. If you use the affiliate link in the description, I get a very small percentage of the sale at no additional cost to you. The device retails at I think $550 originally, but there's already a discount on the website, and then you get a further 30% discount on top of that using my code. You're saving like $300 if you buy one of these right now in the autumn sale plus my discount. So be sure to check out the link in the comments section or in the description, and let me know if you're interested in getting one of these after watching this video. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.